Hey guys, Dan here from Your Guitar Academy and welcome back to this last lesson in Unit 3 of our Funk Essentials Level 1 course. It's quite a mouthful, but that's where we are. So now we're going to be doing the 5th cage chord shape. So we're right up on the G shape now. We're going to be going through that. We're going to be adding the pentatonic and then we're going to be putting the whole thing together. So you've got this epic practice thing that you can do and then go ahead and do in multiple keys. So there's loads to cover today. So pick up your guitar and let's get started. Hey guys, if you've just joined us here on YouTube for this Funk Essentials quest, then please do go ahead and check out the website. It's all absolutely free. You get the full write-up, you get the tab, the chord diagrams, the scale diagrams, everything you need to get the most out of this course. As well as that, please do like and subscribe to us here on YouTube and leave us a comment. We make sure that we get back to every single one of you. Okay, so that's the bit that we're going to be going through. So let's dive straight into this now. We're just going to put together that last cage chord. Now, when it comes to minor sevenths, actually we end up pretty much playing the same chord we did for the E shape. Okay, so the G shape in the minor was this, if you remember. So it's quite high up here. So let's just... This was the minor G shape. You could do it way lower. We had that or this, or potentially even this. It's definitely a shape we kind of break into a few parts. So let's just come back up the top. Okay, so we might do that or that. Now, when it comes to the minor seventh, actually we don't need to do any of that because we don't want to have that octave of the root. We don't need as many fifth notes in there. So actually all we end up doing is just simply the same thing we did down here. Essentially, there are other options. You could do this. I'm going to give you a few ideas here. Let's call it kind of creativity. It's up to you what you choose here. But you could do this, which is literally, taking the exact same one we did initially, but really fretting it, basically how I normally fret it. So fret it so that your fingers are on this side, so that when you come to do the box that's around it, it fits there. So I've got, my flat seven, my flat third, my fifth, and my root. But it very much suits going into that box 5, which we'll talk about in a minute, okay? And obviously, if you've therefore done the first one like this, the E shape like that very much suits that approach there, doesn't it? Okay. So we've got that as the first basic concept, I would say. You can also do this. If you wanted to try something a little bit different, you could just do this potentially, which is very much borrowing from the A shape, but just adding that flat 7 at the top. So pretty much how we did this one, except we just do a minor chord and add the 7th at the top. So imagine literally dragging up your A minor chord all the way up an octave and just adding the flat 7 on top. That's a possibility as well. But it doesn't really matter whichever one you kind of choose. I would very much kind of stick to that because for me really with minor seventh chords, you don't have all 5 positions necessarily the same way you do with minor chords. And you'll find that as you start to develop and you go into the 13th, the 11th, the 9th and so on, you're not always going to have 5 cage chord positions for them, but you just can't always fit the notes in that you need to in every position. So this is the first instance of that, whereby we're just kind of borrowing from a couple of other shapes to kind of fill that gap there. So there we have it. There's our minor 7th chord up there, or like this. And alongside that, you're going to have your pentatonic box 5. Okay, so again, if you're not sure of the pentatonic box, then do head over to the website. We'll put it nice and clearly. But essentially, remember, you need to start from that minor root note. So that's there. And you're going to be going through that pentatonic box 5, assigning it to this particular chord. It's quite fiddly, that high. Remember, you could do it anywhere. So if I was doing it down here, pentatonic box 5. Okay, if I was to change key, let's say I change to C minor, I could do box 5. And away we go. So remember, when we change the chord, we also bring the pentatonic with it. They always just align like that. That's what we're trying to get out of this, okay? So, there we have it. That's where we're at. And that means that our part sounds like this. Okay? So, the little picky part, remember, it starts on the flat 7, which is there. So I'm way up here now on the 17th fret. Then I'm going through the pentatonic box, so from the flat 7 to the root to the flat 3rd. Okay. So let's try that with the drums. So we're going to play the drums with the part. Hang on a second. 3, 4. And then for this bit, we're going to start 4th. Oh, I didn't do that very well, did I? That's better. Let's do it all again. So hopefully you've got the rhythm, the groove down by this point. And then, there we have it. So that's the part that we got together. That's the final part. And now what I want you guys to do, once you've got that, so you might want to take a minute or a couple of days to just kind of get that last one together there. But now the exercise is going to be putting all of them together. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the backing track up. So the backing track of this is obviously all in the A minor. And I'm going to play, I'm just going to get that up on here for a second so we can hear it. And I'm going to be playing every single one in order. Okay. Now, we don't always have to do it in order. That's just what we're going to do for now. We're going to do it in order. We're going to do it all the way up the neck, okay? Each time, so every time you've done one, you're going to move on to the next one, then the next one, then the next one. I'll demonstrate it for you so you can see nice and clearly. And that's really the kind of pinnacle of what we're trying to get at here. And then once you can do that, you can just start shuffling it up. You can do it in different, start on the E shape or the C shape or wherever you want to go. And then you can change keys with it even. So let's just do it with this first. So here we go. Wish me luck. 1, 2, 3, 4. E shape. Let's do the D shape. Now the C shape. The higher. The A shape. And then this last one. Yeah. And like I said, you can start just kind of messing about with it a little bit. So. So let's go here, and then down here. Yeah. Okay. And then basically getting it wrong and then trying to make out that you got it right. Don't tell anyone. So that's kind of what we're aiming to get at with that exercise. And then the pinnacle, as I said, is then being like, okay, let's try in a different key. So, I just put a drum beat on. Let's do this at 80 BPM. Okay. pop the drum beat on, and we're going to try it in a totally different key. So let's try it in D minor. Next one, we can come up here. This is the G shape. Pentatonic box 5. Then we're going to do the E shape. So pentatonic box 1. And down here. We can even do that here. And so on. You see, we've changed the key because you learned it correctly, if that makes sense. So you learn how to play the chord, you learn what pentatonic that's attributed to, and how to find that chord. So that's something we really worked at in that minor cage course, that minor and major cage course, how to find the root note, play the chord. And then from there, we layer up the pentatonic and sometimes the full scale and other things. And here we've layered up the minor 7th chord with that pentatonic, and we're able to suddenly bring all of that into our funk playing. Okay, guys? So there we have it. I really hope you've enjoyed that. Take your time to get all the way through that track. And for the final unit, we've got an epic disco funk track that we're going to be going through with loads of really cool new ideas to propel your funk playing to the stratosphere. All right, guys, I'll see you later. All right, that's it from me for this lesson, guys. If you want to head over to the next lesson, all you have to do is click here somewhere. And if you want to start from the beginning of the course, the full playlist is here. As well as that, please do like and subscribe to the YouTube channel and leave us a comment. We love hearing from you guys. We love hearing how you're getting on, and we'll do our best to get back to every single comment or question that you guys have.